What is up, guys? Doing a What's Really Hood right now. Got Nugget right here. Hopefully you can see him at some point. He'll raise his head up. He's a good boy. But I just wanted to kind of make a video just to tell you some things I got. I'm sitting here comfortable. I'm not trying to have the camera look perfect and do all this savvy stuff, because at the end of the day, I know who I'm talking to on here. Not this. I don't have hundreds of thousands of people watching the videos, so figured I'd make this for you guys. So I went to Midwest Gaming Classic this weekend. It was a lot of fun. I hung out with people like Freak of Four, Slayer, Captain Algebra, Gaming Off the Grid, their two friends, Dan and Brian, and many, many more. No. I met that Dan Brosman, I think is how you say it. He was a really nice guy. And we all hung out in the room and stuff. And Gaming Off the Grid came to my house the day before the event so that we could play games and hang out and stuff. That was a lot of fun. And I had a great time like always. Went with Megan. Stayed at the Hilton right next to it, connected to it. It was pretty cool because the Hilton was a really like old hotel, and it wasn't always called the Hilton. I forgot what it was called, something with an S, but we looked it up, and the building was built in like 1920 or something like that, so it was really cool. We could tell like a lot of rooms were really old, so me and Megan kind of went and explored, and we looked at the ballroom. And coming to find out, in that ballroom in like really early 1930 or 1940 or something like that, they had one of the NFL drafts in there. So we went into the spot where the NFL draft was. So it was pretty cool. It's kind of neat that you've been there for that. And then we found out from a security guard seeing us, which we thought we were going to get in trouble, but he didn't care. That we went into this room and he told us to go look at this piano. And I'm like, yeah, I know what piano you're talking about. Yeah, we walked past it when we were going to the convention. He's like, yeah, go ahead and lift up the end of that. And he's like, on the other side of it, inside Elton John actually signed it. And he said he was here once for a concert, and they said, hey, will you sign the piano? And he did on the inside. And so me and Megan opened it up and we looked for it. It was pretty cool. Anyway, we had a really good time. It was really awesome. And I will say this, like, when it comes to conventions, I am getting to the point a little bit where, like, I'm kind of, like, over it, I'm finding it harder to, back in the day, Gamer said it the best when we were there. I seen him, too. I hung out with him, with Maverick, his little boy, and Erica, his wife. And he said it best. It's not really that we can't find games anymore or anything like that. It's everything we want is more expensive. And he's absolutely right. You can drop $200-$300 like nothing if you want to. I mean, it's very simple to do that. I mean, very, very, very easy. And so when we first started collecting, you still had games that were like $5, $8, $10, and you could get all these cool games and capitalize on that. Excuse me. Yawning a million times. It's late right now. I'm about to go to bed after this. But yeah, we're not really at that phase anymore where we can look for games for cheap. I know I'm not. But anyway, let me get into what I got. And I got some other pickups from some other things too, and kind of a surprise thing. So I'm just going to kind of grab as I go here. I got this a while back. I've wanted this for a really long time. This is the Contra handheld, and it even has like a Kohl's price on it, saying that it was $20. And I thought this was really neat because the guy actually even put a slit in it where I can get this thing out and I can play it, which I've been playing it, and it's actually really tough. So it's pretty cool. It says the same thing on here as it says on the back of the box for Contra. So, pretty cool. I've always wanted this Contra handheld, so this is just kind of one of those unique things. And the main reason I got it, I got this a while back, is because of the packaging. So, I got this on eBay, and I got it with my, rewards points on my credit card, so I actually got it for free. And it was like 30 bucks or something like that with the package. So I thought that was pretty cool, and everything works, and it's awesome. Really cool. Like I said, it's actually a really tough game. It's actually a really freaking tough game. So I picked that up like seriously like 2 months ago or something like that. I've been meaning to tell you guys, but I just never got there. I got this from Richard W., who I seen at Midwest Gaming Classic. I've had this for a while. I forgot where Rich got this from, but he's had it for me for a long time. And what this is the Death Stalker Files. It's a poster, and it's actually signed by the maker. And the story behind this is, he says, Megadan29, thanks for playing. And then it's his name. And the reason that this is cool is this is when me and Richard W. went to Galloping Ghost. This is one of those live action games, sort of like you make decisions and move things around and stuff like Dragon's Lair, but it's real life people like playing a movie. And this was a game that Galloping Ghost like resurrected. And what happened was this guy that they talked to, this maker, still had the game on Laserdisc in his basement. And what happened was Laserdisc came and gone very, very quickly. And he never had a chance to finish his game, so all the parts and everything were sitting in his basement. And so Galloping Ghost decided to say, hey, we'll make a cabinet for you and let's finish this game. And so he did. He still had all the footage. He put it together. They made it into a game, and it's really, really fun. If you've never played it, it's actually available on Steam for $10, and it's called Death Stalker. It's really freaking fun. Me and Richard W. played it at Galloping Ghost. We got like sucked into it. We were playing it for like 5 hours, man. It was so much fun. And we came so close to beating it, and we actually beat it when we got home, and we downloaded it on Steam, and we beat it. It's really, really, really fun, and it's really cool to see, like, the movie, and, you know, they're obviously people with, like, masks on and stuff, and it's just kind of fun. It's a really fun story. It's just a really fun game with how they did it. Moving along here. I picked this up from MGC. Steel Empire. This is a shooter on the Sega Genesis. I scooped this because this is a game that goes for like 40 or 50 bucks, and it was listed for 20. So I went ahead and freaking snagged it. I usually buy Sega Genesis loose because it's just so much more expensive to buy it. I think with the clamshell, Steel Empire is like an $80 game. It's freaking crazy. So I got this for 20 bucks. It was pretty sweet. Really looking forward to playing it. Another game I picked up from MGC, I got this for 10 bucks, I believe, or maybe 15, was the Blue Marlin. Blue Marlin's a really cool game. I didn't get that into Black Bass. I definitely need to spend more time with it. But Blue Marlin I played at my boss's house, and this is actually a really fun game. So I'll definitely be getting to that one as well. Another game I picked up for apparently... Oh, I remember it was 14, but I got him to do it for 12. I asked him 10, but he's like, I'll do 12. I picked up Aladdin because this is one of those games that everybody always plays, the Sega Genesis one, and I actually do not own it on the Super Nintendo. So I decided to snag it and do a playthrough of it. I just wanted it physical because it was real cheap to get. So I went ahead and scooped that up. And then I picked this up from Gaming Off the Grid's table. I scooped it from them for $5. And the reason I got WWF Attitude and I got it CIB is because this was the game. I have it and everything, but I have it disc only, basically, because I have a screwed up copy. But I got this a really nice copy because this is the one that my mom got me. That memory, that story you've heard me if you watch me stream a lot, where I've told the story of my mom. You know, she didn't really have money very often, and I found out this game came out, and I had to kind of just ask her on a limb, and she did it for me. She probably threw it on a credit card or something, and it was just really tough for my mom to do that, so I'll never forget that she got me this game. I was so happy when I got this. I mean, people make fun of it now, and I know we don't think it's cool and stuff like that right now, but I'm telling you, when this game came out, though, This was badass, dude. Like, people love this game. Dude, especially the entrances. That's one thing Wes was saying. He's like, dude, when we first got that game, we were spending the first 2 or 3 hours just watching the entrances. And I said, same. Same here, dude. And I just remember seeing Kane's entrance and just being freaking ecstatic. So, this is a really freaking decent game back in the day. But I wanted a clean copy of it just because this always reminds me of my mom, dude. And now it's kind of cool that I got it from Wes, too. Because Wes is a really good friend of mine. Another thing I picked up, and it goes along with this, and I won't start reading the back and everything like that. But I got CIB, the Bayou Billy, and Ninja Gaiden. And I've been wanting these CIB. Bayou Billy, not so much, but I went ahead and scooped it, and I'll tell you why. But Ninja Gaiden, I've wanted CIB for a very long time. This is not the cleanest copy, but I got it for a little bit cheaper, and that's why. I'm going to sell both games loose and get some of my money back that would have went towards it. But I got Bayou Billy for $20, and I got Ninja Gaiden for $90. And the reason I did that, and it wasn't as much, is because Joe from Video Games Monthly was actually at this booth, and he was buying a whole bunch of stuff. And he told me, he's like, hey, man, throw your games in here and we'll bundle it up. And I said, sweet, dude. So he got me like $20 off this game and $20 off this game. I mean, he saved me $40. So, Joe, if you watch this, thank you so much. That was very nice of you. And I went ahead and that's why I scooped it. Because if I would have bought it from the other vendor, that was a little bit nicer, but it was like $130. So it was like another 40 or $50 more. So I was like, let me go ahead and just take this. I don't need it in, like, perfect condition. Still CIB, still has everything in there. Like I said, I'm not going to open it up right now. And Bayou Billy was one of those I've always had as a kid. And it's just one of my childhood games that I kind of wanted CIB because it's kind of one of those notoriously hard games. And I just wanted to freaking have the CIB. I thought it was a really clean copy. So I went ahead and scooped it. Those were the two most expensive things I got. That's for sure. Mega Matt was in the house with TJ this weekend, and he brought me Grand Theft Auto Vice City because for some reason I don't own this CIB, which is freaking weird. So he had found this for me a long time ago, and he brought it for me. So thank you so much, Mega Matt. It's got everything in there. It's a ridiculously clean copy. Me and him go to Disc Replay on a regular, and so when we see something we want, he actually got that from there, and then when I went to Disc Replay, it wasn't there. So that's why he got it for me. I also bought this from Gaming Off the Grid's table for $5, and that's D-Force. This is one of those common shooters that I just didn't really have. I didn't really need a clean copy of it either. So I just wanted to play through it at some point, D-Force. Just a very simple shooter. I played it once at Captain Algebra's house and wanted to try it ever since. I was looking through one of the tables, and I got Demolition Man for the Super Nintendo. I wasn't finding it on the Sega Genesis except CIB, and on like I said, CIB was a lot more expensive, so I got this one. I think this one was like $15 or something like that. The one CIB, dude, was like $50 or $60 or something like that. It's crazy. And so I went ahead and got it. I asked Alpha Nerd if this was any different. He said it's basically the same. So looking forward to playing Demolition Man. Big fan of the movie, so I wanted to play the game. Wanting to for a long time. Another game I picked up, I think this was $20, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Is Burai Fighter Deluxe. And I was just looking through Game Boy games because I always love to look through the Game Boy games when I'm at conventions because there's so many obscure ones. And basically, I didn't know that there was a Burai Fighter Deluxe on Game Boy, so I definitely want to freaking try this. So, really looking forward to that. I dove into some Famicom. So, you know me, I just got my Famicom top loader probably 6 months ago or something like that. So now I can buy some Famicom stuff. And I had to get Ghosts and Goblins on the Famicom. The interesting thing about this one, guys, is there's no continues in this one. So, gotta go hard at this one. But it was a really clean copy. It was pretty cheap. I think I got it for $10. So, gotta have Ghosts and Goblins. I love the cover art, too. I thought it was freaking awesome. So, you know me. I love my Ghosts and Goblins. I found this game. I forgot how much it was. It is missing the manual. but I definitely wanted to play it. I don't remember how much it was. Probably along the lines of like 30, 40. But it was Gradius 3 and 4 on the PS2. So, pretty fucking awesome. I definitely don't even know what you'd play 4 on, so I've never played 4. But Gradius 3, basically remake on PS2. So, I played Gradius 3 on Super Nintendo, and No Death ran it. So, it should be interesting trying it on PS2. But, love Gradius. Seen Gradius 5 there, but it was just too expensive, so I didn't grab that yet. If I would have seen it earlier, I probably would have got it. I think something dropped, so let me look real quick. Shit. Maybe not. Let me check. Oh, yep, I knew it. I knew something did, because I was like, man, there's more that I had. So, sorry, guys. I'm trying to shoot a video today. It's being comfortable. Not trying to sit all proper and shit. I got another... Back in the Day Gamer helped me find this. I got another... the YY World 2 on the Famicom. So, we haven't played YY World 1 or 2 on the channel yet, but I have both of them now. This is made by Konami. And basically what's cool about this game is it's like a platformer. But it's pays homage to all the Konami games. Like, there'll be levels like Gradius. You unlock characters like Simon Belmont. He's right there. And then it'll have characters like, I don't know what his name is, but the dude from Mystical Ninja is right there. And then you unlock like the Contra characters and stuff. They are on here as well. So I don't know if they're on number 2, but they're on the first one. So it's just like a story that you obviously get to pick those characters, so I look forward to diving into it and seeing what's up. First time I ever heard about YY World 1 and 2 was Aaron Plays, so ever since then I've wanted to try it. So now I have them both. No excuse to not play it now. Now for the grand finale. Remember I told you guys on stream the other day that I thought I won that contest, that online that I won with Todd. And what happened was I was working, if you haven't heard the story yet, I was working a couple weeks ago and I was really busy at work, and Todd had sent me a message tagging me in something on Instagram. So I wasn't sure what it was, and I just seen it was like this weird video of like GoldenEye or somebody editing one of the N64 heads from GoldenEye on somebody's body or something. It was really weird, and I couldn't hear anything, so I like hit like, and I commented something back to Todd, like question marks, like I'm not really sure what this is. And I meant to come back to it when I got in a quiet place and seen it or something like that, but I never did because I was very busy that day. Work was pretty crazy. So the following week came up, and I was sitting there at a doctor's appointment for my son, and I'm sitting there in the waiting room, and all of a sudden my phone goes off, and it says, oh, Megadan, you won or whatever. And I was like, what? So I clicked on it, and it was a video that said, oh, Agent Megadan 29 wins or something like that. And I, you know me, and nowadays there's so much of it, I thought it was just some sort of spam or some sort of scam. You know, I was like, oh, this is just going to be a scam, and they're just going to want money or blah, blah, blah. So I DM'd them, and I said, hey, so I won something or something like that, because the reason I went ahead and DM'd them was because I looked at their page and everything, and it seemed very legit because they had tons of followers, tons of posts. They've been on there for years. And they post all this, like, graded stuff and everything. And I'm just like, okay, this seems like a legitimate Instagram. Like, this doesn't seem fake. You know, this is interesting. So I was confused, and I was like, well, I mean, I guess as long as they don't ask me for money, let me see what they got to say. So I went ahead and DM'd them, told them that, hey, so I won something or something like that. Yeah, you won this prize or whatever. And I was just like, okay. And they're like, all we need is your address. And I was kind of like, damn. Here we go. I give them my address. And I was like, well, I really don't care if they have my address or not. It really doesn't matter to me as long as they don't ask me for money. So I went ahead and I gave them my address and all that stuff. And I was like, what's the worst that could happen? They'll just send me something stupid. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'll just throw it away or whatever. So I waited and I said thank you or whatever. And then later at night, my phone started going crazy. It's like getting text messages. And it's Todd hitting me up saying, dude, Dan, you won. Holy crap, did you see that? And I said, for real, I won? Yeah, I already messaged him back and told him my address and stuff like that. But I go, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like it's a scam or something. Like, I'm sure it's just a bunch of bull crap, you know? I'm gonna have to give him money or something like that. And he's like, no, bro, I've been following this page for like a really long time. It's definitely not a scam and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, that's crazy, dude. Holy cow. I said, but, you know, I'll believe it when I see it type of deal. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, they hit me back like a little bit later, like days later, and they tell me that they got the tracking number and that I'm going to need a sign for my package and everything. So I'm kind of like, okay, they're not even like asking me for money or anything like that. Holy cow. So I was like, whatever. They gave me the tracking number. And so then the next day I started checking the tracking number. And lo and behold, yeah, it's on its way to my house, this package, right? And so I finally got here. I signed for it. And came in a super nice box that was all padded and everything like that. And all wrapped in this plastic and well taken care of. And I got a freaking 8.5 007 GoldenEye for the N64. This goes for like $600-700, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to sell it. And what's really crazy about this is the money that I'm going to use to pay to make this money is I just got done a couple weeks ago. My water heater broke and I had to go buy a new one, and it was like $640 or $680 or something like that. So then I go and I get something that's like worth that. So basically when I sell this, it's just going to be a 1-for-1. So yeah, I legitimately won it. This is my first time ever having something graded other than like a comic book. And yeah, freaking game's graded 8.5. So pretty awesome. I'm being super careful with it because, like I said, I'm going to sell it. And it's insane because when I looked at the amount, I went back to the tag, the original giveaway. And I mean, the giveaway has over like 100,000 people who viewed it. So that is insane that I'm the one person that got picked. So that is absolute insanity. But yeah, I got a freaking graded game. So they put it in this thing, and it was in like 2 boxes. It had a box inside of a box, and one of the boxes had freaking padding all around it. It was really cool. But yeah, I should have done like an unboxing of it or something like that. But I got it after I came home from the convention. I meant to put it at Wes's table, but we're gonna go to a different convention here in a couple months, and I'm gonna put it at the table there and see if I can sell it, so I can stay away from eBay fees and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I don't really want graded games, you know me. I'm trying to play games, so pretty crazy stuff, man. Pretty crazy stuff. I'm very blessed. I'm very grateful. For such an awesome opportunity to be given to me. That's for sure. That's so nice. So I'm very lucky. Somebody's watching over me. I count it as like a gift of God. He was watching over me, seeing that I had to spend a bunch of money on a water heater, and for some reason he was saying, here you go, I want you to have this. You know, it's kind of how I took it. So pretty crazy that it's worth like the same value, you know. I literally am going to have like a 1-for-1. So, very cool. But other than that, guys, I will be streaming all these games. And I'll be still finishing what I have. What I've been playing lately. Still a little bit of Animal Crossing with the wife, but that's definitely slowed down. But mostly, been playing WWE 2K23 for the PS4. I bought the new 2K game. It's fucking awesome. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm unlocking people right now. I'm just about done to where I can start my season. And I'll really start getting into it here and doing some stuff. So it's really, really, really fun. I love it. Just like last year. Very good. Here's Nugget. He's got to make an appearance. Don't you, Nugget? Look over here. Hey, they want to see you. They want to see you, Nuggy. You tired? Yes. Yes, he's a good boy. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. That's what I've been doing. Nothing much going on. Just went to the convention, had a really good time. Hung out with friends. Now I'm back to work. We're back at it. So anyway, guys, that's my pickups from MGC. It was awesome seeing all you, Freak. It was awesome to meet you. Richard W., good to see you again. Back in the day, Gamer, Captain Algebra, Slayer. Oh my gosh, I didn't even get that thing that Slayer bought for me. Uh-oh. Are you serious? Get away from me. But Slayer, oh my gosh, where'd I put it? Because I had to put it to the side because I'd unload my backpack. Oh my goodness, let me see if it's down here real quick. Slayer bought me something. Slayer bought me two things. Slayer is the one that bought me this too. Slayer bought me this. Slayer bought me Steel Empire for $20. I forgot to say that. Shame on me. But Slayer also, I can't go find it right now. Damn it. Oh, man, I don't know where it is right this second. I'd have to edit it out and do all that stuff. So there was this guy that he knew that runs a video game store that he's bought some stuff from. And this guy was 3D printing cartridges that looked way bigger. Like you could get a Contra cart that looked just like a Contra cart with a label on it and everything, but it was like this big. And it was just something to set up somewhere in your room. So Slayer had asked me, well, if you were to get one of these, which one would you get? And I was like, and I thought he was just asking me for fun. I was just like, well, he thought I was going to take the Contra one. I was like, I got kind of enough Contra stuff. I said I would probably take the Super G&G one, the Super Ghouls and Ghosts, just because it's a big Super Nintendo cartridge, and I'm like, it's Ghosts and Goblins, you know. I don't have a lot of Ghosts and Goblins stuff, so I'd probably go with something like that. So Slayer had went back and he had bought it and he gave it to me. So Slayer freaking bought me Steel Empire, and he bought me that Super G&G thing, and also in that same bag, wherever it is, Richard W. bought me Southpaw, which is the White Sox mascot. I'm assuming he got it from his work. He brought me that, and he brought me a magazine that had the big hurt on it. It was like one of these old sporting news magazines, and it had Frank Thomas on it, who Frank Thomas is my favorite White Sox player of all time. He's basically the reason I like the White Sox, because I was a huge fan of the big hurt, the big squirt when I was a kid. So thank you so much, Rich. Sorry I didn't grab it, guys. I just don't feel like doing a bunch of editing, and if I go look for it, I'm going to have to edit all that out and everything. So I ain't going to lie to you guys. I just don't feel like editing right now. I just want to put this out, and it's there, and that's cool, right? But anyway, yeah, it was a really fun weekend. I loved seeing everybody. We had a huge NFL blitz pass-along controller thing going on. I did really good at the hotel. I did lose a game or two. I think I lost a game. No, I lost 2 games at home. I lost to Wes and I lost to Dan. But I think then I beat Dan at the thing. I beat Dan, and then I beat Captain Algebra. And I beat Dan at home once too. But I played Wes. And then Dan beat me later. So, yeah, it was really fun. We played a bunch of NFL Blitz, like, back and forth, which was really fun. And we had a really good time. It was just really awesome. So, I'm kind of rambling on here. Good stuff. And I'll be around. And my dog's barking at freaking early in the morning, which is not good. I'll talk to you guys.